Hey lovely sexy hobby people, welcome to today's video, which is going to be the review for Warhammer Combat Patrol Character Pack number 2. This is Haarken Worldclaimer. He is the second of the characters, I believe, if I remember rightly, the first one was Chief Librarian Tigurius. So this is the second one that we're getting. I don't know how many others we're going to get. But let's have a look at this one. So come and join me on the desk and we will take a peek. Let's have a look at the Combat Patrol character pack for Haarken Worldclaimer. So this is character pack number 2. We got Chief Librarian Tigurius previously. So there's the plastic, we'll pop that aside. Let's have a look at the magazine. Right, so it's not a very thick one, whoops, but we're straight in with how to build. I don't think there were many options, although looking at it, it looks like we might have an option for 3 different shoulder pads. Are they different shoulder pads? Potentially, but nothing seems to be in here. So we've obviously got his lightning claws on his power fist. The jump pack looks pretty cool. The extra shoulder pad is for the Dead Marine on the base topper, and he's connected to the base via a piece of piping. So that's what we have. Which colours shall I paint this Dead Marine this time round? Shall we make them Smurf Marines? And then we're into our how to paint. Now they are doing so he's obviously going to be joining the war band that you have already, so which they've been painting so far. So his base coat is going to be black. And then we're coming in with the gold for the trim and lead belcher for working engine parts and bits and pieces like that. I will probably leave off his trophy racks, simply because I'm not fussed about those. But I'll have to have a look and see how they connect. So yeah, coming in, we're using Reichland Flesh Shade, I think, to paint all of the skulls and other bits and pieces. So they've painted the casualty as a Smurf Marine. I've got a friend who collects Space Wolves, and I've got another friend that collects Blood Angels, so I might choose one of those. And then here you have his info sheet. He's got a jump pack, his Hell Spear, and the Herald's Talon, which is his brutal combat claw. Perfect for close combat. So it looked like lightning claws, but it is literally a combat claw rather than lightning claws. Then you have some information about him. So previously Night Lords, apparently. There was a time when Haarken Worldclaimer prosecuted his great wars in his own name and for the glory of the Night Lords, but his work soon caught the attention of Abaddon the Despoiler, Filled with dark ambition, Haarken donned the colours of the Black Legion and ordered his warband to swear allegiance to Abaddon. Haarken and his Black Legion warband remain an aerial assault force sowing terror and confusion while Abaddon's ground troops move in for the kill. And here we have it. So, because he's jump pack, he has a 12-inch move, he's toughness 4, 3+ save, 5 wounds, leadership 6+, and an objective control of 1. He can deep strike and he's leader. His Hell Spear is sustained hits D3 and assault, range 12 inches, attacks 1, ballistic skill 2+, strength 8, -3 AP and D3 damage, or 3 damage I should say. And the melee weapons are the Herald's Talons, precision, which is 6 attacks, 2+ weapon skill, strength 5, -2 AP and 2 damage. And the Hell Spear, extra attacks, lance, sustained hits D3. So it's 1 attack, weapon skill 2+, strength 8, -3 AP and 3 damage. And he has faction Dark Pacts, and he has Head Taker and Herald of the Apocalypse aura, and a 4+ invulnerable save. Then we have some info on how to shoot your miniature on the backdrop supplied on the back page. So let's have a look at the plastic, shall we? So 40mm base. He has a sculpt date of 2018, so fairly recent. And he does look good. I'm just looking at the trophy racks, and it looks like the trophy racks would just go into a tab. So what I might do is just cut these, because there's there's like a double row of metal here. So what I might do is just cut the trophy rack off, because I'm not fussed about that, so that I just have the bit that would glue into the hole that's there for the tab. The base topper looks great. He's got 2 sculpted shoulder pads, and then there's the standard shoulder pad here for the Marine that's dead on the base. It looks like the piece of pipework that they're using to have him airborne locates into this poor guy's chest. So yeah, yeah. Other than that, he's not overly decorative. He does look good. We get a choice. No, we don't get a choice of heads, because one of those is for the casualty. But he's unhelmeted, so I wonder if I might find a spare helmeted head in the bits box to chuck on him. But his claw looks great. The claw hand is in 2 parts, so you've got the main arm and hand with the metal claws, and then you've just got the back of the hand to glue onto it, the back of the fist there. Yeah, looks good, looks good. I might see if I can dig out a helmeted head from all the spares from the Chaos Space Marines that we've had, and I'll have a look, because I'm not fussed about. I'd rather have a helmet than go bareheaded, mainly because I can't be asked to paint flesh all the time. Plus, having, you know, been in the armed forces, you wear your helmet in combat. But yeah, cool, brilliant. Come back in a second and we'll get him built. Right, okay, so let's build our Haarken Worldclaimer. Now, straight off the bat, I have to give you a small caveat. Despite having a look in my extensive bits box, I was not able to find a Chaos Space Marine helmeted head. Now, because this guy is jump pack, I do kind of intend to go out and buy myself some Raptors. So what I'll do is when I get the Raptors, I'll have a look at their heads and I'll choose the best looking one to be this Chaos Lord's head of choice. Now I'm going to start off with the base, and the base is essentially this base topper, which I do apologise if you can hear squeaking. My neighbour, we are due to have, so I live in a converted house, and we are due to have scaffolding put up, and my neighbour has 2 cars on the drive that he's supposed to be fixing up to sell, and they've been there and done nothing for at least 2 years, I think. So he was instructed that he needed to get them moved by today, which he hasn't done, and he's only out there today actually sorting them out. So if you can hear squeaking, he's actually trying to pump up one of the car tyres with a foot pump. So I do apologise if you can hear squeaking. Persistent squeaking. So, and then our Space Marine's head just goes on there, like so. So that's the base, and the reason I've done that is so as it goes off and it's all nicely set by the time I get round to gluing our Space Marine Lord to the base. So we're going to start off with the torso, front and back. So let's just, there's front, there's back, the jump pack, lower legs, claw, shoulder pads, foot, head, shoulder pad, other leg, trinkets, arm, and the bits that go on the jump pack, and the spear. Right, so we're going to start off with our torso bits, front and rear. And that's going to go together like that. And then you're going to come in with these lower legs here, lower leg assembly, and that's going to go on like so. Okay, like that. And then we have this other leg, which is keyed, which is going to come in and slot on there like that. It did feel quite secure. You knew you were in position once it had sort of like found the keying points. So there's those bits. Now it does turn around and say glue the foot on, which I'm going to do, which is this one here. But also to glue the head on, but I'm not going to glue the head on just yet. I shall leave the head off, but the head would glue on in there. I wanna find a raptor head. I think if I buy a box of raptors, I want to be able to do that. Now, next thing is we're going to stick the back of the fist onto our power claw. Like that, and then that is keyed, so in theory you shouldn't be able to get it wrong, and that looks about right. So this has got quite a big pronounced tab on the shoulder and a slot that it goes into. Like so. And then we should be coming in with this icon shoulder pad with this eye on it and the spikes, and again this is keyed, so it should only go on one way and you shouldn't mess it up. Like so. We then have this shoulder pad going on, or rather arm I should say, going on, and again this is keyed so that once it locates, you should feel it drop into position, and like that. Okay, and then we have his shoulder pad for that side going on, which is this one with the 8-pointed star on it. Oops, that's a little bit loose. Right, stop it. Just stay. Like so. So that's what we have. That is our Chaos Lord. Now, I'm not actually going to glue this guy together. And I'm looking at this. I just need to bring the lamp in because... Oh yeah, I see it. Right. So we've got this string of skulls, which is... There's a little slot on his belt. And that is going to go in there. Just there, like that. So, drop the glue in. Just leave the lamp a second so that I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to set this down to just go off a little while, for a little while, before I pick it up and glue the spear on. Now, whilst we're waiting for that to dry, I do apologise for the banging outside. There's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. So we have our jetpack. Like that. And I have got rid of the spikes because I don't like them. And these will then slot into the tab holes, which are here. And so first one's in, and then this second one. So there's those bits on his jetpack. So that's that. Now, do I want to glue the jetpack on? Don't know. Probably not. Now, the Mini is going to glue into the chest of the Space Marine there. Okay, so that's a little off kilter actually. What I might be able to do is just do that, that's better. So he's more central over the dead Space Marine there, and hopefully his centre of gravity will be better. And then we have his spear, which is going to attach to this hand. Like so. Like that. And what I'll do is when we do the turntable shot, I'll just blue tack his jetpack on, which will go on the back here like thus, and his head just for the turntable shot. But there you go, that is Haarken Worldclaimer. He's obviously going to join my band of Crimson Slaughter, and as such he will just be a generic jump pack lord then. But there you go. Hopefully I will see you in the next video. Alright, take care. Bye bye.